Welcome back. Search and rescue efforts are still underway for a missing pilot and an aircraft. The Air Accident Investigation Authority, in a notice to the media on Sunday, said it had received information on Saturday of an overdue aircraft, a Cessna 402B, with Bahamas registration C6SPK that left Fort Lauderdale, Florida, en route to North Eleuthera. The aircraft left Florida with one person on board, and contact was lost with Miami Air Traffic Control while en route. The United States Coast Guard and Royal Bahamas Defense Force initiated search and rescue Saturday with aerial and marine assets. Meantime, police say officers on Andros are investigating reports of an airplane that crashed in Bahamian waters, which occurred on Saturday. Police did not say whether it is the same incident reported by the investigation authority, but reports indicate that sometime around 3 p.m., officers attached to the Nicholstown police station received information that a white C-402 aircraft with a black tail decorated with cursive initials PJ was observed descending rapidly into Bahamian waters. This incident occurred about 100 miles off the coast of Fort Lauderdale. The aircraft embarked from Fort Lauderdale with only the pilot. A search and rescue operation was initiated along the Andros coastline in the areas of Red Bay, Low Sound, Morgan's Bluff, and Nicholstown, Andros. The aircraft remains undiscovered. Investigations continue into this matter. An apparent shark attack in Bahamian waters is believed to be the cause of death of an adult male. The victim was observed floating in waters on Saunders Beach early this morning. Police alerted the media at 7:30 a.m. to what was believed to be an alleged drowning. Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings gave reporters these details on the scene. Investigations are into the early stages, with Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings telling reporters that once the coroner has completed due diligence, they will be able to determine whether it was a shark attack. A busy weekend here in the capital for criminal investigators who launched several investigations into violent crimes that began with the shooting of a 37-year-old male of Minnie Street early Saturday morning. Around 2:40 a.m., the victim was grazed to the head by a bullet while standing outside of a bar on Charles Vincent Street. He was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital by the Emergency Medical Services, where he was last reported in stable condition. Meantime, around 11:55 p.m., 3 young males were attacked while at an event on Bahamas Games Boulevard. Police say the 3 individuals, an 18-year-old and 2 16-year-olds, were attending an event when an altercation occurred. The trio was then attacked by a group of men. They were all transported to the hospital in private vehicles. The 18-year-old received injuries to the head caused by a blunt object. One of the 16-year-olds has received multiple stab wounds to the chest, and the other was stabbed in the back, which resulted in a punctured lung. On last reports, they were all listed in critical condition. Now, on Sunday, an 18-year-old male was shot to his left arm while outside a home on Marigold Farm Road. This incident unfolded around 11:22 p.m. Preliminary reports indicate that the victim was approached by a group of men who opened fire in his direction. The culprit then fled the area in a western direction. The young man is currently listed in stable condition at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Police are appealing to the general public that may have information with regards to any of these matters, once again, to contact them at 911, 919. You can contact the CID or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 328-TIPS, 328-8477. The newly renovated clinic in the Bluff, Eleuthera officially opened last Friday. Health officials, Nurses Union President, Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Dowell, and Member of Parliament for North Eleuthera, Sylvanus Petty, all attended the official opening ceremony. Dr. Dowell calling it a red-letter day on the island, with the clinic standing as a monument to support the healthcare needs of the community.
What you see going here on the Bluff is reflective of what's going on all our islands throughout the country. I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about our partners with the IDB. We have resources, and we're going to utilize the resources to bring positive change for communities throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you so much, the Hudson family. And thank you so much for our nurses, our healthcare staff, those who are in North Eleuthera and those who came from Central and South Eleuthera. God bless you. And let's get this clinic up and going. Utilize it to its maximum capacity. And always remember, you must take charge of your own health.
He goes on to list the other clinics upgrades that are in the works.
I think you're doing an excellent job, Petty. Keep up the good work. And, we're working through all the clinics. We're working in the clinic in Harbor Island. We're doing all these things. I realize I just spoke to the nurse today. The temporary air condition we put in Harbor Island, that gone. But we did order the 10-ton. The 10-ton units, they're not sitting on the shelves. They need to be manufactured. And that's what happened with the flow chains that exist around the world. I have a similar problem at the accident emergency with the chiller system. I can't just go to the shop and get it. When the compressor go, I got to order it. And they got to make it for me. But in the meantime, I have to be innovative and find ways how to keep our nurses and patients comfortable until we resolve these complicated issues with mechanical failure. And so I want to thank you all once again. I want to thank our Madam President for traveling with me.
Dr. Dowell encourages residents to embrace this opportunity to prioritize their health and wellness, as the clinic will serve as the foundation for healthier living. August 21st is here, meaning that the deadline set by the Bahamas Power and Light employees via their respective unions has arrived, and the unions today moving to request a strike vote. Speaking with President of the Trade Union Congress, Obie Ferguson, following a meeting held by the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union and representatives from the Bahamas Electrical Utilities Managerial Union, Mr. Ferguson explained the next steps to be taken by the unions.
On Monday, a request will be made to the Ministry of Labor for a strike vote for the two unions, the management union and the regular union, Carl Union and Hannah Union, to take the necessary action to allow the workers to vote for or against taking industrial action. We have had enough. We have tried everything we can, and that don't seem to be working. So obviously what is left for us to do now is to try to find a formula to bring help and resolution to the workers. So that is what we intend to do.
Workers at BPL have been agitating for a number of issues that spread across different sectors and ranks among the workers. The TUC president expanded on the importance of all stakeholders to sit at the table.
We ought not be here. We ought to be around the table. We have insisted that there's no issue that we cannot resolve if the employers in this case decide to sit down and negotiate. But they want to talk to union leaders as though they're talking to their kids. I doubt they can do it to their own kids. But we are not going to allow them to dictate the pace on what ought to be resolved. These matters are very important issues affecting the average Bahamian worker. And certainly they're entitled to be represented properly, and my job as the attorney is to ensure that they follow the rules and give the necessary protection. So Monday there will be a letter for strike vote. There'll be a strike vote, and after which the president of the unions, including the Commonwealth of Bahamas Trade Union Congress, will take a position. We just had enough of it. We're not going to be intimidated by Mary, Harry, or Dick. We're going to do what we have to do in the interest of the workers of this country.
Mr. Ferguson insists that they will do what they can do to protect the interest of Bahamian workers within their legal rights. And finally, the Bahamas senior men's national basketball team has done the unthinkable, competing at the FIBA Americas Olympic pre-qualifying tournament in Argentina. On Sunday night, Team Bahamas beat the world's fourth-ranked team and host Argentina in the championship game. We hear more on this major victory and what it means for the Bahamas in this next report. Going into the FIBA Americas Olympic qualifying tournament in Argentina, on paper, it was the best team the Bahamas had ever assembled, and when they hit the court, they played like it. In the opening game of the tournament last Monday, Team Bahamas absolutely dominated Cuba, beating them by 41 points, 109-68. Last Wednesday, in their second game, playing in Group A, Team Bahamas stunned the fourth-ranked team in the world, beating Argentina 101-89. In the semifinals on Saturday night, Team Bahamas used a balanced scoring attack to defeat Uruguay 78-62, led by Buddy Hield with 17 points, 3 steals. Eric Gordon Jr. had 13 points. Franco Miller came off the bench with 13 points as well. In the championship game, which was a rematch with Argentina, Team Bahamas proving that they are for real, upsetting Argentina once again, this time with a 7-point nail-biting victory, 82-75, to win the tournament and earn a coveted berth berth in the 2024 Olympic Games final qualifying tournament set for next July, just a couple weeks before the Paris Olympic Games. This performance is the Bahamas' biggest accomplishment in international basketball competition. Team Bahamas was literally presented with its boarding pass to the final 2024 Olympic Games qualifying tournament, where only 12 teams will qualify for the Paris Games. On the sidelines, Team Bahamas was led by Coach Chris DeMarco, an assistant coach with the NBA Golden State Warriors. He was joined by assistant coaches Moses Johnson and Mikhail McLean. Mario Boleg, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, and a national coach as well, was with the team in Argentina. Now that Team Bahamas has advanced to the next phase of the Olympic qualifying, there are unconfirmed reports that the Bahamas Basketball Federation is looking at avenues that would allow Golden State Warriors sharpshooter Klay Thompson to possibly play for Team Bahamas if he so desires. The time will tell. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thanks so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.